23 seconds. That's how long old Subject 8 stayed intelligent after he ambled into that there grocery store. His eyes kind of glazed over, like a donut from the bake sale. His cart, it just slowed right down. And he spent a full 4 minutes just staring at a stack of avocados like they owed him money. His name was Gary, and by the end of that day, civilization would lose him completely. Grocery stores, they exist to sell food. That's what they want y'all to believe. After reviewing thousands of hours of security footage involving 17 rotisserie chickens, a coalition of researchers, 3 of whom have since stopped returning calls, reached a different conclusion. The grocery store ain't just selling groceries. According to internal documents, the grocery store is harvesting intelligence at scale. And based on current extraction rates, the harvest is going exceptionally well. Gary, he moseyed on into aisle 3, aiming to snag some bread, you hear? Gary exited aisle 3. He had himself a kayak paddle, 4 pounds of good old parmesan. Now, Gary, he plumb forgot that bread, didn't he? Gary's cart, that thing was still fully operational. Then, that store, it deploys its first weapon, choice. An innocent human, they only need 1 toothpaste, don't they? But that grocery store, it offers 47. Now this, folks, this is where most of them civilian casualties begin. Footage from 2019 shows our very own Todd. At 2:14 p.m., he began comparing options. And by 3:53 p.m., Todd appeared to be, well, negotiating with a tube of Sensodyne. He eventually left with no toothpaste and 3 new existential crises. Researchers classify this as a Category 2 cognitive drain event, because in 2017, the Great Cereal Incident occurred. Security footage shows hundreds of shoppers just pouring into the cereal aisle all at once. Now, that average cereal aisle, chocolate cereal, honey cereal, healthy cereal, at least 3 cereals that look like they'd been cooked up with them defense contractors. Your brain just ain't built for that. One shopper spent 46 minutes just comparing sugar percentages. Another fella, he forgot why he even came in there. And a third, he just sat right down and threw in the towel. The economic impact? Well, that's still a mystery. But the spiritual impact? That was something else entirely. Grandma Jean? She got herself T-boned by an unattended shopping cart. That cart was previously operated by none other than Gary. Investigators later found out Gary had abandoned his vehicle after getting distracted by them delicious grapes. But Grandma Jean, she responded, "Lord, have mercy, they done got me again." Meanwhile, store employees, they just kept on stocking soup. Now, y'all might think this here's incompetence, but nah, it ain't. It's strategy, plain and simple. See, every second you spend wandering around, it just increases your exposure to that there harvest. Studies show, after 32 minutes of in-store exposure, the average adult civilian, they lose the ability to remember why they even came in the first place. After 45 minutes, they lose the ability to care. What's left? Just a cart and whatever the store decides to put in it. Which, bless our souls, brings us to them rotisserie chickens. The rotisserie chicken operation remains one of the most effective harvesting systems ever developed by any organization, government, or otherwise. That smell, it travels hundreds of feet. Victims, they report losing all sense of purpose. One fella, he entered seeking allergy medication. He exited carrying 2 chickens and a watermelon. And frankly, experts stopped asking. Then came the event that historians still refer to in lowered voices, the rotisserie chicken stampede. A fresh batch, it emerged from the back room at 5:47 p.m., 37 civilians. They altered course simultaneously. Traffic patterns, they collapsed. A seasonal display of decorative gourds, it was destroyed completely. 2 employees, they reported hearing what one described as a noise that should not have come from a grocery store. And then Grandma Jean, she arrived. She was over there, in the frozen food section. Now, the footage, it shows her confronting a rotisserie chicken. Behavioral analysts, they reviewed that tape. One of them, well, he submitted early retirement paperwork. Now, Marlene, she located herself a coupon. And what did Marlene purchase, you ask? Well, she bought 96 cans of beans. Her receipt, it extended a whopping 27 feet. Children, they were using it as a jump rope. By now, old Gary, he was entering the final stages of extraction. His original shopping list, it had just 6 little items. But his cart, oh, it now held 38, and none of them matched the list. And then, self-checkout. No environment has produced more confusion, more public psychological damage, or more audible suffering than a self-checkout station. Suddenly that customer, he becomes cashier. security officer, and, criminal suspect? All at once, with an audience too. Gary. He approached Register 12 at approximately 6:42 p.m. What followed? Well, that's difficult to watch. He scanned the same box of crackers 4 times. Can you believe it? He accidentally selected Spanish. Asked for assistance, canceled assistance, requested assistance again. The machine, well, it asked him to place the item in the bagging area. Gary placed the item in the bagging area. But that danged machine, it didn't believe him. He dropped a cucumber. Lost visual contact with the cucumber, spent 3 minutes searching for it. That cucumber hadn't moved a lick. It was under his foot the entire time. At 7:04 p.m., Gary placed his bags in the wrong area. The machine informed him. Gary apologized to the machine. A line had formed behind him. 7 people watched a grown man negotiate his innocence with a self-checkout terminal at a regional grocery store, which finally brings us to the truth, folks. The milk was bait. The cereal was bait. The chickens were bait. The groceries, well, they were never the product. You were bait. Every aisle, every impossible decision, every rotating chicken, every self-checkout breakdown, every apology made to a machine that just don't care. All of it, folks, part of Operation Cognitive Harvest, a system first assembled by a task force whose name has been redacted, specifically engineered to transform functioning adults into confused, wandering, economically compliant livestock. The thing that has kept this old reviewer awake for going on 3 years now is that it works. Every time, without fail, on everyone. Because tomorrow, millions of survivors will return voluntarily. Gary will return, Todd will return, Marlene will return, Grandma Jean, bless her heart, will absolutely return. And somewhere, inside a brightly lit supermarket, another cart is already moving, unattended toward an innocent civilian. The task force, well, they ain't concerned. Civilization learns nothing. The harvest, it just keeps on coming.